Or off with me.
Off of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Technically it's 6:59. So we've been waiting 1 minute or less than a minute. As soon as I hit 7 o'clock, I will start the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. All right, it's 7 o'clock. I call to order our special call meeting. Public Safety Committee. I'm going to call roll. Those that end up coming in after 7 o'clock will be recognized. Carlos Andres, obviously, I am here. Nancy Rogers, not here. Mr. Johnny Torres is on his way. Dora Malancesio. Here. John Carlo. Here. Luis Lopez. Here. Mr. Jorge Peña. Here. Okay, John. And ladies. So the order of business is our next item here on the agenda. I don't want to make a mess for Mr. Peña. So maybe it's easier to add right under 7. We need to discuss what has occurred recently with the budget, okay, for our next fiscal year. And if we can add to that line item and PSC involvement, okay, just 2 items of one bullet.
Okay, so that's gonna be JKL.
It's, I would rather just, if you want, to keep it, I think you're right, George, just to keep it consistent, let's call it J and K. All right, and then we'll just move it to the top, because they're very simple, but I just want to run through quickly. So yes, it's J and K, and we're just gonna talk about it, right up top. Okay,
Okay, so you're gonna have to repeat that for me, guys.
Yeah,
What's
so-
J?
J is gonna be 25-26 budget. Okay, and then K is going to be PSC involvements. Okay,
So are you deferring the existing J and K? Or?
I'm sorry.
Is
Yeah,
it
'cause
the
we already
next
have a
letter?
J and K.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. So the L and M,
Yeah.
L and M. I
for the
apologize.
record.
Okay, so L is gonna be the 2026 budget.
And then M. M is gonna be PSC involvement. Okay? And then,
No, this is public safety. I would
next.
recommend looking on the website.
Next one.
But,
Yes.
yes, next Monday at 7.
What do you think? Yeah. Sorry, Felicia. We're talking about the car, Yeah. Yeah, so.
We can switch to last name.
No, that's okay. I'm okay. I like our duties.
Okay.
And then if you have now when it comes. Okay, thank you, Felicia. Then we have, the other things is under the cars for heroes, so I'm not gonna add anything because it's just that item is so, there's so much things going on there that I don't think there needs to be any motion for that. So if I can please have a second to add those 2 items, again, 7L 25-26 budget and 7M PSC involvement.
1 second.
Okay, so we have CA and JP. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Now, that is an addition, and I, just because they're quick to talk about, I'm gonna add them to the top 7, okay? Now, there she is. So, may the record show that Nancy has arrived? No, you're on time, according to my end time, it's still 7:03. Okay, now, adoption of minutes. I had the opportunity to review the minutes and there was one thing, I'm sorry, that needs to be added, just literally the number 1. So if you look at your minutes, it says $64.80, but actually the plaques are $164.
Okay, so where is?
7 in old business.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just that 160, adding the 1, that's it. Okay. So, just in case, I think I need this. We might need one more packet for accounting for us. Oh, you're not,
Yeah.
perfect, okay.
So can we adopt the pen in that? or-
Yeah, absolutely. So that the motion that I have is to add the $1. Does anybody need to review the minutes before we move forward, or you accept it?
You just repeat, sorry.
Okay, so for the,
Seven,
So we're talking, okay, so if you're talking, okay, so let me catch you up, Nancy. So I added two items to the agenda, which is 7L. That's discussing 25-26 budget, and I added 7M, which is PSC involvement. So I added those two items that Mr. Peña has seconded my motion and added to the agenda. And then now I'm saying that there was just one small, number missing from the minutes, which was the 1. So I make a motion to adopt the minutes, subject to adding 1 to come up with $164.80 for the appreciation plaques. Have a second. Okay, CA and JP, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Perfect. Public comments. No one is here. Anyone online?
No.
No. Okay. Special presentations, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Do you have to say anything, Darwin? Or?
Yeah, I think it's, did you send me that, Isabella?
Oh, you want me to send it? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Tony Cueto, correct? And
Um,
we're picking up, I'm not a,
Johnny
Johnny.
Torres, I believe, well, poor guy. He actually went on Friday and they had to, because she had an appointment.
Yes, so
And-
she says it's ready. She's coming in at 11 tomorrow.
Oh, she's
So
not
I
coming
didn't
out?
know, no, like at the office.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
know Johnny was the one picking.
Yeah,
up.
we'll ask him now when he
if
gets
there's
here.
any
Okay.
issues, I could always, I'm not too far from there.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll see what Johnny says when he gets here and then we'll figure it out. Okay, so that's there for the presentation for you, because obviously we're gonna talk about fire on the car show.
Correct.
Then, well, actually, yeah, I think we should do that better. Mr. Amador, Deputy Amador, anything from you?
Only for the question.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So now, running through the order of business. 7L, which is now we're talking about first. If, I don't know if you all have had the opportunity to keep up with the budget conversations that the council members have been going through. We originally asked for a $6,000 budget, which was an increase from 4,800. Then there was conversations during the budget workshop that they were gonna keep it flat across the board at 4,800. And then last meeting, they voted to cut our budget by 55%. So Mayor Dieguez made a motion to put our budget down to $1,200. And then we had 3 members that had a strike call where they wanted to bring us back flat, which was led by Alejandro Sanchez, seconded by Brian Morera, and voted on by Ray Garcia. And they lost that strike call, okay? And then what they negotiated on, which was a motion put forward by Stephen Hersberg, was to add $1,000 to the $1,200 that was presented by Josh Dieguez, Mayor Josh Dieguez. So essentially, our budget was voted on anonymously at $2,200 for our next fiscal year, which is a 55% cut. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
These?
Hold on a second.
He always wanted to
Hold
be,
on a second.
he always wanted to be a model.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wow, look at the record show that someone came in style, Mr. Johnny Torres. You guys, all right, so essentially, I love it. So essentially, our budget next year is slashed, all right, now. I don't know if there's any time, if you all wanted to lobby. I have done a lot of talking to the different council members. I have emailed everybody, and essentially, that's the result. Our budget is $2,200 for our next fiscal year, from 4,800. Yes, ma'am.
From my lousy memory, am I right? That doesn't even cover the dinner, breakfast, whatever it is, award ceremony, breakfast,
Well, that,
the money,
well,
food that we do. Am I right?
well, the award that, and there was a lot of confusion with that with the council members. Because we removed that as a committee, that was long gone. And there was other matters that we voted on. That, awareness, when it comes to, Miami Laker, the different, things that we're doing for videos. Like we did for 3054 police, we were planning on doing others. We asked for money for coffee at the fire station, cops, magnets, banners. There's different things that, that we asked for that now, we're gonna be constrained. Now, as planning the car show, my hope is that we raise more than we anticipated. that will get us back to the 1,400. That's my goal. All right, but if you all want to lobby yourselves to your sponsors, to your council members, you can.
But you know, that's what they're counting too.
I'm sorry.
That's why they're counting on too, that the car show would do so good, that we don't need them.
They, from what I heard, they just want us to go ahead and do sponsorship. All committees.
Yeah,
That's what they want.
They want, well,
They don't want committees to rely
Yeah.
on town budget.
Texting him right now, make sure.
By the
he's here.
same-
That's happening.
by the
That's
same
from what I
token-
understood.
I will.
By the
for
same
the
token, on
clarification.
that note, it's kind of hard for us to get sponsorships and whatever, because the sponsorships, when another committee, which I'm on, they go to various vendors, and it's all about health and elderly and whatever, and everybody and their brother is falling over themselves to donate or whatever, because the elderly people then can come to them or whatever. Nobody's coming to us tchotchkes and freebies and the type of things that we're a different type of committee. And for the town council to expect us to do what we do on $2,800, $2,200, it's unrealistic. And they voted on something that we were going to change at this meeting anyway. We deserve more attention on this matter from the council on 2 counts. A, we're discussing our budget after they voted on our budget, which isn't fair. And the other thing is that we haven't been able to even present it to them yet.
Well, we did, so to that, and I'm sorry you weren't here last time, but we voted on essentially a document that had the budget that we discussed as a committee, which was $4,800 by a new classification.
Yeah.
And that was agreed to by them, that reclassification was okay by the council when we did our report to council in August. And then we voted on, for the new budget, we voted on that last meeting to make sure we gave it to them. So they had more than sufficient information.
Oh, even worse.
However, their argument is essentially that, they're cutting for multiple committees and it wouldn't be fair to keep us at full budget compared to others. But my argument as the chair of this committee and lobbying for us is we are the lowest funded committee out of all the committees. All right.
always.
So, essentially you're cutting the lowest funded committee in half. Now they cut others even more than us. But, at the same time, when they were talking about public safety, they talked about all our accomplishments. That we have numerous accomplishments in the last 6 months to a year and all the positive things that we're doing. So essentially, it's just gonna put a lot more pressure on us with the fundraising for this car show. But that's essentially what I wanted to let you all know. Again, I don't know if there's any opportunity after this to try to lobby anymore because they voted on it. But I just wanted to deliver the information to this group. Now, to Giancarlo's point is that they had a $73,000 drop off when it comes to sponsorships. Now, we're not a committee historically that has asked for sponsorships. All right. Now, with this car show, we're going to change because we have to change in order to fund such an expensive event. We have to ask for sponsorship. Now, to clarify further, his point is that they're trying to put some sort of a mandate that each committee raise at least 10 to 15% of their budget. They haven't done it yet. They haven't voted on it for their activities. Okay, so we are going to do our best, but I just wanted to keep you all informed. Now, the next thing about PNC involvement, something that I wanted to recognize as a committee, I wanted to thank Giancarlo again for getting the Barbara Bowman band out there. That was amazing. Everyone loved the band of Barbara Bowman. Darwin, really did a great job with, his connections at the fire department. Lewis and I, we worked our behinds off getting ready for the event, all the chairs, and so did Nancy. So the only thing that I'm just saying is that not so much for those events, because we have work requirements, but try at least like the 9/11 event, there was a lot of kids that were there and people were asking, where's public safety? These kids were looking for like, hey, who are we doing this for? And thankfully I showed up, but next time if you guys can, please, like 15 minutes, just pass by for support. you know, because it was a lot of work that they did for the flags to do that for our event. I ended up buying water and Gatorade, no big deal. American Legion ended up buying pizza for them for lunch. So next year we'll have to consider that to see how we can get them some lunch. And thankfully, I got Krispy Kreme to donate 4 dozen donuts for the flag pickup. So I just wanted to let you all know that please, you know, we can show some support to these kids. You know, these are young kids that, you know, are looking to us, you know, for recognition. All right, so now, annual recognition awards, that is tomorrow, 9/16. Johnny, I'm sorry what happened on Friday. I guess, will you be able to go tomorrow or?
If they're there, yeah.
Okay,
Yes, she did say they would be in office at 11, so after 11. Ideally, you should
if
be
you
able
can,
to.
if you have a problem with it, let us know.
What time? When is the event?
Tomorrow,
The special presentations start promptly at 6. So,
Yeah.
So they need to be here before 6.
okay. So thank you for doing that. So Johnny's gonna do that. Okay, just to recap, register to receive text messages, emergency alerts. That was put on social media. Thank you, communication. People are very happy about it. And they signed up, especially this time of the year. 9/11 Memorial event. I mean, I got nothing but a lot of, you know, recognition from us. People are very, very happy. I'm sure, I think Isabella said that she heard nothing but great things. So, kudos to us.
Do you foresee it staying there at that venue next year?
With the way it went, absolutely. And I think that next year, I did speak to Ernie from Parks, you know, about the hiccups with the chairs. They confirmed that won't happen again. Hopefully, you know, but we need, I think that. And I don't know, this might be a town question, but the janitorial person was actually helping us picking up.
Mhm.
And I do feel like maybe if there's other janitorial people, I do think that an event this big, they should help too.
Mhm.
I mean, we're gonna help. But if I just don't know if, like, for example, if there's a janitorial person at Roberto Alonso, and maybe that person is not doing much that day,
Mhm.
maybe we can borrow that person and have 2 people helping us.
Right.
It just moves quicker.
Mhm.
So that's something that I will definitely, next time we have a town event, we gotta just coordinate, you know, with them, because those janitorial people, we're paying them as residents, you know, that's what they're there. So we gotta see how they can help us, next time. Okay. Now. The car show. All right.
Wait, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little bit less than a month away. I guess, you know, I'll go ahead and let Amador kick it off, you know,
You know what? I like that, because I'm gonna kick it off with really good news.
So we're gonna start out on
Really
positive.
Really good news.
Oh,
Okay, so I have confirmed from Community Affairs, I have the helicopter. And that's the biggest unit that we're gonna have. So that's the helicopter with the truck pulling it. So we gotta figure out where we're gonna set up. But that's been confirmed. The military car, which is the wrap, I think it's a Charger with the military wrap, super nice.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is, on Friday, that Friday, I'm gonna go pick up the childhood cancer car and bring it over. So we have that one, and then I'll coordinate to bring it over on Saturday. From Special Patrol, I got the bombs unit confirmed.
yes.
IMT, which is the robot dog. And then K9, the real dog. So we got, both dogs. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, man, that's really good news.
And it's the K9, not the comfort dog.
Okay,
That one still is up in the air, but you know, this one, you know, the car and all that, so. And the only one thing that's up in the air, but I might get confirmation this week, is Northwest has ATVs and a side-by-side. And if all goes well, we'll have 2 ATVs and the side-by-side.
oh, that's sick.
And if not, then I'm gonna coordinate to at least pick up the side-by-side, same as the childhood cancer car, and bring it over, and then I'll bring it over on Saturday, and we'll have, you know, that, so.
That's exciting.
So it's
listen, I gotta tell you from the committee, thank you. I know it's a lot of work. I mean, we sat in those meetings, you know, and I know it's a lot of strings to pull, so we appreciate you very much. I think the residents will. absolutely love it. The whole idea, guys, is this is what the residents are paying for, you know, this is their police department, these are all the specialty vehicles they have at their disposal. We're showing our residents, you know, how cool it is to have such a large group that's representing a small city.
Tax dollars at work.
Yeah, so that's amazing. And
The bomb, IMT and K9 are gonna be in, and then just like fire, if something happens. You know, because they're very niche, you know, a bomb unit, and they might have to take off.
that's awesome.
But we have the helicopter, the wrap cars, they don't have to go anywhere, they stay there.
Yeah,
And side by side and stuff like that,
that's awesome. I love it.
So as far as me for fire, I did send an email today to Chief Alvarez so that the car, the one asset that we could, besides obviously the engine, obviously, as you're well aware, they're gonna be here. I'm trying to get it's called you call it the Bobcat or high water vehicle,
Yeah,
which is similar to what these guys have, but with the, Miami Fire Rescue logos and whatnot. I don't foresee that being an issue.
Yeah.
I've driven it before, so worst case scenario, if I have to pick it up and bring it and drop it back off, I have no problem doing that. Yeah, I'm working on that. I don't want to jump the gun. Should not be an issue.
Right.
This chief, he's real good, and obviously I know him, and I don't foresee that being an issue, at least for that. And I know, through public ed, we're at the very least, they're gonna have a setup, from what I understand, nothing,
Cool.
table or something like that, handing out, flyers, and so.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's exciting. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have meetings through civilian registration desk?
Yeah, it's part of the layout that we have to discuss, which is on here today. Yeah, so for sure that's on there. So now, that's really good news, from both departments.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm gonna give you all, an update. So this update, I didn't have, I'm sorry, you can just share, I only printed 4, so I have to share a few there, maybe you 2 or whatever, so, all right, so this is where we're at when it comes to sponsors. All right, these sponsors, we're actually doing very well when it comes to sponsors. These sponsors are $3,700 that we have that either have completed their sponsorship form or they have committed that they're going to complete. How does this look, Isabella, as far as like what we've discussed?
I put the most updated list I have in the agenda.
Okay,
now,
so that has
so
not changed.
That has not changed as of today, so.
Okay, so I want to just do a cross check here really quick of what you have.
So far, we have 2 that have paid, AT&T and Zen K9 Clubs.
Okay.
But I do have the forms for Growing Days, Ashes to Ashes, Miami Lakes Automall, and Palmetto for Nissan and VW.
Yeah, so the whole idea, guys, is that now when we finish discussing a few things here, we're going to discuss the layout. Because the layout is going to change. So yeah, but let's for now, let's talk about sponsorships, okay? So here's what's going on when it comes to sponsorships. The whole idea is that we need to be careful with the mainstream balloons. So when I met with the Gramco last week, they were very at ease that I was working with Diego from the market. Okay, so they work very closely. Diego from the market and I always call it the fresh market, but it's not the fresh market, farmers market. So he has come and I spoke to him today, and he provided some opportunities that he knows will not be a problem. And now what this committee is very, has to be very cognizant about is that, we're voting on these vendors that are coming in. So he gave me a few of them. One of them was Snow Cone Ice Cream, which is another snow cone ice cream place that we had for the fire station event, which people absolutely loved. But I'm waiting to hear back from him. There was something else called the Baked Stuffed Pretzel Rolls, Capital Cafe, which we gotta be careful because we have BB's Bakehouse, which is also a coffee place. We have El Fogón de Duero, which seems to be like a pig type of a vendor. And then you have Linium Sweets and Hot Dog Pizza, which is kind of like a little bit of a toss-up. Because that one, you have the pizza place on Main Street, right? So we gotta be careful with that. So now, just to give you a little more information from my meeting with the Granco, they want us to come up with a listing of vendors by the latest the 26th. Okay, so if this committee tonight does not want to take any vote on the food trucks, we don't have to, but we have to do it next week. I'm pressuring them that, I'm pressuring Diego, like I really need the listing so that we can bring it to the table. But that's essentially what's going on now. What does need a vote? Today, there's 3 vendors on here that I would like, or I feel should be free. All right. Now, one of them is Vida Customs. Okay, because they're the ones that are sponsoring the event with the trophies. So I do think they should get a table. And again, this doesn't have to be voted on tonight, but it's something that I highly suggest we consider. If we want to vote on it, but no one has a problem with it. The other one is Sea Skipper Ship 144. Those are the individuals that helped with the flag placement. In fact, Skipper Apollo was the one that directed the whole thing. If it wasn't for him, those flags wouldn't be so straight. Okay. And then you have Homestead Police Department reached out to Isabella.
Yes, they have a 1950 Chevrolet 4-door marked police vehicle. That the police department maintains for events like these, and they would have an officer dress as a 50s inspired, outfit. And they also have a wrapped newer 2021 Chevrolet Camaro that they've used on several of the social media posts that usually gathers a crowd. So the question is if they would need to pay or if they'll be.
Okay. And thank you. Thanks to Detective Nieves. She's actually connected me with the state troopers. And they've agreed to bring a Challenger. Okay, couldn't get the Corvette, so I tried to get the Corvette, but it's out in Naples. A little bit of a far drive for the guy in Naples.
I'll make it in 2 minutes.
So I feel that, if you all want to make this official tonight, we can discuss this, to make a motion on it.
I'm gonna need a copy so I could,
That's fine. Okay,
so I could update
right. Okay, so
all the
then,
names and all this.
well, in that case, maybe, okay, so over here, let's add state troopers. Okay. All right, so now. Do I have a second? This is a motion
I
to
second
accept. Okay, so we have CA
Repeat those names again, please.
and Mr. Darwin says again.
Do it.
Those are the 4 individuals that will be coming in for free. That is Vida Customs, who has agreed to make our trophies. Obviously, depending how many trophies we pick, if we pick too many, then we might charge us for the difference. It would be the Sea Skippers Ship 144, Homestead Police Department, and the State Troopers. Now, before we make a vote, I want to just say that waste is very expensive. Garbage is very expensive. And one thing that I asked the Sea Skippers, I said, would you be opposed to helping with trash removal? Because, we're being charged a lot of money for janitorial services, which maybe there's a creative way to get around that. Win-win to the town. But they've agreed to help us out with trash removal. Okay, so we have a motion that I made, seconded by Darwin to let in 4 folks free of charge. Okay, so just to stay for the record, 2 of them are bringing a car, which has $25 they're waiving for those, and 2 of them would be vendor spots. $100 each. Okay, so is there any discussion before we make a vote? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Perfect. All right, so now that takes care of that item. Okay, now. That goes into, we talked about sponsors.
That was 7 days under sponsors.
Right, that was vendors as well. Now,
Yeah, just as a reminder, the deadline for sponsors and vendors is next Thursday, so. Right, if You wanna reach out to local mechanics, auto, parts stores, anything like that. Maybe that can pull in some more, but we're reaching the end here, so.
Now, let me ask you, Isabella, I'm glad
Mhm.
you brought that up. Is there any way that we can extend that? Just because we know how people are, it's like so hard to get people to fill out
Mhm.
paperwork.
I mean, we could potentially extend it for a couple of days the next week. The whole reason why we have that deadline is because of that banner
The
or
ban,
the logo and,
right?
the.
Okay, so
printing of
so you
things.
said, so let me just look at my calendar really quick.
Mhm.
So that would be 9/26 is the deadline?
Right now it's 9:25, but to push it, to give them maybe the weekend,
All right,
maybe
9/29.
29
all right,
or.
all right, so let's do that. So now let's go ahead and take a vote. Okay, 9/29 deadline for sponsors. Do I have a second?
I'll think on that.
Got Giancarlo.
Okay, wait, so, okay, repeat that again, 9/29
Sponsorship deadline.
extension, right?
Yes, to 9/29. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Now, let's talk about the reservation system. How many cars do we have?
What did I say? I said 12.
Oh, there's 12.
Yes,
Okay.
as of Friday, there was 12, so.
Okay, so now, the reason why I bring this up is because I have a method to my madness. Nancy will attest, and Mr. George Pena will attest. Car shows are infamous for coming
The
and
day off.
paying the day off. Have we had any traction with getting a mobile merchant processing device?
So I did talk to Claricel. We don't have the technology or staff to be doing day of registrations, unfortunately.
Okay, so then now let me ask you a question. What ends up happening if we have cash?
We do not accept cash.
So,
This is why I believe that, I know that people might show up, but to set a hard deadline, right now Eventbrite is set for the 4th. For those participation tickets for the, car show registration. So if you want to extend that deadline, we can, but we can promote the deadline, more thoroughly. We don't want to, advocate people showing up day of just because of the payment and
right,
organizing all of that.
okay. Now, if for whatever reason, because the tables have kind of turned a little,
Mhm.
why have they turned? Because we have less budget. Why have they turned? Because the council members and the mayor want us to raise money. What happens if I reach out to a vendor and ask them if they can come up with some sort of a vendor agreement with the town to offer this,
A vendor agreement?
right? Where they would supply the mobile device
Mhm.
and they would link it to your merchant, which is Eventbrite, to have that occur on the day of.
I can bring that to Claricel's attention. We don't usually go that route, but do you have a vendor in mind? Have you
I
been
do.
speaking to someone? Okay,
Yeah, I have someone in my business network group that I can ask,
okay,
because the question would be, how much would you charge for that?
right.
Obviously, you need lead time to set it up, make sure that, everything's set up. And there cannot be any hiccups. But I do not want to risk anything. So what I'm trying to say that is that we need to maximize this opportunity. First, for raising funds.
How complicated would that be? Who approves that? Does it have to go before the town and all that stuff, or?
So what
It's an easy approval, it's quick.
No, what ends up happening is, first and foremost, they would have to run it through, their procurement process. But, coincidentally, we have a deputy town attorney for the town that sits in the same business network group. So he knows who this person is. So, the whole idea is they would need a W-9. Get all that information, and the question would be, what would be the cost?
Okay, so it's a quick approval, it doesn't have to go before the council, none of that stuff.
No, no, because it's nothing, it's not even, I don't know what the limit is, it doesn't even reach it. Because essentially remember, what these merchant processors do, they charge you a fee. So
Percentage.
they're charging a percentage of the charges, so the question is, on that day. What are they gonna do? Like, is it 3%? That's what normally it is. Give or take, but they're not accepting cash. I know Roberto Alonso does cash for the cars procured. But this merchant, I think, will be a little more bulletproof if it's set up the right way. You're tapping on the device, day of. It shouldn't be a problem. Okay, So I'll go ahead and get that information. So now, I don't need to make a motion for that, because there is no, right now, I'm just getting information for you on that.
Okay, well, for the car registration deadline, would the committee like to push it back or keep it on the 4th?
I would like to push it further.
Okay,
Further.
Yeah. I mean, right, 10-11 is a Saturday.
So that's a
So,
week prior, so he's got, I mean, how do you guys feel about Friday, the 10th,
I would say the 10th, absolutely.
the 10th?
Yeah.
You guys okay with that? The day before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole idea is, just so you all know, and again, this is why, and I'm gonna apologize in advance, we are gonna meet many times before this event. But we need to be very clear of what happens that day, because we need to make sure that, guess what? You have a paper. It's, Pablo's coming in, oh, Pablo, what, done, and then they can go in. And how do we know that he is a car that paid? There should be some sort of a sticker on the windshield. All right, to make sure that person has paid. So these are all things that we gotta think, that we
You
gotta
gotta
have.
have, you gotta have, prior.
So now we're gonna take another motion. Okay, you said the 10th, right?
I make a motion to extend the, our deadline for the vehicle registration for the event to Friday, October 10th,
Okay,
at 5 p.m.
Second.
all right, so we have, I apologize. We have Nancy, I'm sorry, we have Darwin makes the motion and Nancy seconds it. Okay, and that is for 10-11, and that is car registration. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Beautiful, love it. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Those registrations,
Mhm.
they need to come to whom? And who is that person?
Well, that's gonna be, I'm glad you brought that up. The whole idea is, on that day, there has to be someone, or maybe multiple people.
It's a Friday,
It's a Saturday,
it's just the 10th,
the 11th.
your registration
The
deadline
deadline is the 10th.
is the 10th.
Now,
Somebody is gonna turn in their paperwork no later than the 10th.
well, the good thing is, that thanks to Isabella, it's on Eventbrite. So someone goes on, yeah,
It's online.
yeah, it's online, you go in and you're done. I already did mine.
What if somebody comes into town hall and wants to register? The front desk is gonna say you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
do it through
Right
event,
here,
you gotta
Right.
do it through Eventbrite.
yeah, they put their
Okay.
phone on that
Just
little
so
image
it's
and they click on it and you're ready to rock and roll.
notified.
Yes,
Do we have a last question?
no, please.
Do we have between now and all these rules were coming up, do we have a Miami Laker coming out? And can we put that in the paper?
it is, I already talked to Linda, it's scheduled coming to the next issue. And then after the event, she says that she can help do the list of sponsors and some photographs of the event.
Okay,
But
more
it's
so
in their
I'm
next
concerned-
issue.
More so I'm concerned with who wants to come and be a part of the event with their vehicle, that they know the deadline and that they have to do it through Eventbrite online by
And
What?
then-
10:10.
Yeah, okay,
So that's the deadline to register. Got it.
yeah, so now a few things. Number one, I thought I was actually being too pushy, and it's actually very sweet of the Grange, because I asked, oh, will you guys sponsor it for us, like on the Laker? And so they said they are.
Okay. Well, I didn't know about the grants. It was just like the part of the events that the Laker usually does.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I was.
And she says will help.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about.
Oh,
That's
okay.
great though. if
But
you do
I
it.
mean, I asked, so.
Yeah.
We never know, give it a shot,
I mean,
but that's very sweet. Okay, so they are doing something on
yes,
the
yes,
upcoming
it
event.
should be in. there.
That's very
Yeah.
good. Okay, now Nancy, to answer your question. The day of, somebody has to have a paper. That is literally, checking the people that registered. So it would be either John or Darwin, that's gonna be checking those papers. And then we gotta have people like, we're not enough. We might have to have volunteers, like these kids that are the Sea Scouts, that are gonna be helping the cars guiding in. And then I'm gonna do the hardest job. I already said to myself, I'm gonna be parking it, which at that point, they'll get mad at me if I park them in the wrong spot. But I think that's what I'm gonna
You
do.
know where they need to be.
Well, that's where we're gonna come in as a committee, because you have to really separate it by genre, right? Or style, so that's where like all the rat rods should go in one corner, all the modern cars go in another spot. Amador will be sitting in the corner laughing at me, everybody screaming at me.
You mean you're gonna guide him or you're gonna physically park him yourself?
No, you guys say, oh, guys,
okay,
over
okay.
here, you
Oh,
because,
Yeah, I was gonna say, the owners might not want you driving their cars.
You know, that's a guy's part, brother, you know? And you know, so those are the kind of things, but yes, to answer your question, that's the way it goes. So yes, that'll be something else we talk about, as we get closer. Okay,
I can help the registration.
You just go down the line of the dates, like what I have on 9/29's deadline for sponsorship.
right,
On October 11th is the date of car registration.
that's correct. Yeah, we have, so,
October.
10,
yeah,
over 10.
October 10th.
October 10th
Yes.
That's
is the
Friday.
deadline, that's the Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Friday
trying to
before the
clarify.
event.
That was for registration,
Right,
correct, on the 10th.
correct, but now,
And the 11th is
The show.
the show,
the show
you're invited.
there.
So, okay, so
I
then,
had something switched.
all right, so now let's talk to the next item. I got confirmation from Bob Graham, they will be, singing, you know, the national anthem for us. A few kids will be going because he won't be there, so only a few kids will be going. He's in the national anthem, so I actually have to confirm, with the DJ, how many microphones, he's gonna have. Because, for Mr. Cromayor, has done so many things for our community and we thank him. We gotta make sure there's enough microphones there. Okay. Now, before we get into the fun topic about the t-shirts, which Johnny totally busted up everybody today. This is like my punch list. This is not even on the agenda. These are all the things we have to consider. All right? So-
Down here, tired, unique.
The whole idea, there's some things on this agenda that we're going to talk about. Or better said, I'm sorry, there's some things on this document that we're gonna talk about that are part of our agenda. These are the kind of things that I want you all as a group to think about. Because guess what? I might forget something. Okay, and you need to tell me, hey, dude, you missed this, you gotta do it. Right? So I think maybe to keep us in sync here. I think that we need to discuss these possibly one by one. Pretty quickly. All right, so now. The first item on here is dash flags. All right, now, if you're not a car person, you're probably saying, what is a dash flag? That's fine. I'm going to show you what a dash flag is. Okay, now. Sorry. Now. This is not a dash flag, but very similar to it. This is what you get when you go to a car show, at least a really well organized one. You'll get something like this, the year, the show, and some sort of a car, right? Now here, we're not gonna pay favorites, so we're not gonna put a car on here. But, you know, we do have a beautiful logo for the event that Mr. Johnny is sporting today. And this is our magnets, which I'm sorry I haven't bought to the meeting yet, but this is all the magnets that we paid for, that we're gonna be giving out at the event for 3054 Police. Now, you're probably thinking, Carlos, why are you holding it sideways like this? Well, the reason why I'm holding it sideways like this is because this is what the dash flag would look like. All right, it's a 3x4, right? 4x3. The whole idea is that this is a souvenir. Back in, we've been doing car shows in the town of Miami Lakes since the 90s, all right? And those car shows in the 90s, one of the ones we used to have, leading to 2010 was the veterans. We had a veterans car show. And Jumpin' Jack used to be the ones that used to organize them for the town. And he used to give out a dash flag. Now, his dash flag, the last one that I took home, it was like a piece of metal. And I'm like, man, if someone gets hold of this, they're gonna get cut. So when I spoke to Drew, Vita Customs, he said, hey, why don't you do a magnet? You know, you can someone can put it on their fridge, you know, some of us have a fridge in the garage or something, you know, and then put it on here. So what Drew has done is, and Vita Customs, he's given us a price for these plaques. These are called, let's call them again, dash plaques, right? And we would make a motion to approve this quote if you all agree with it, and the town would design it. All right, so that we can give it to him and we can give it out to the cars that register that day. So these will be solely the cars that register for that day. So, he's given us for 100 quantity, it's $177. You know, can't beat it. You know, for something like that, you know, the design is how you guys wanna do it. I think this would be kind of cool maybe to have like the Cars for Heroes and maybe you have we could put the seals on this, you know, sheriff and fire department, you know,
Yeah, just do the fire.
and then you can go ahead and this will be given out on that day. Yes, ma'am.
Nobody will take it.
No, until I get these questions at that registration desk. Joe Blow comes up, he's got 3 cars. He's gonna get 3 of
Yes,
those.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Every car that's registered will
Per
get one
car.
of these.
That's what I understood.
Tree.
But if I put it in writing, then I think I
Right. So
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
asking,
talking about.
what I'm asking the committee to do is, if I get a second, is to, I think for now. We have 12 cars registered. I feel we're gonna get 100 cars. I feel it. You know, so, you know, I think we should go with 100.
That's all.
And if there's no date, you could just use them next year. Well.
Well, the whole thing is,
similar.
the thing is, I think it should be, and
Different ones.
Should be specific to.
Yeah.
How many
Election,
cars are
exactly.
you anticipating?
I'm saying 100.
So you're only gonna give out a card. If you have more cards, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna say come next year, we'll give you more.
Give you a piece of paper.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out to the most creative guy here. Johnny, what do you think about Cars for Heroes with the seal? Top right, top of
Can you
that.
pass it
thing?
down for him?
But what are you gonna put in the background? Something like this, so fire and cop cannot complain. Like happened now.
You can, well, remember, this is not a shirt, so we
I
we can put the seal on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can put the seal of the sheriff and the seal of the
Yeah, you can put
MVSO.
That's fine.
Seal of the sheriff, you said?
Yeah. That's true. You can do, the Cheetos.
This motion you're gonna do under what item is it? So I know.
This is a carve out. Kind of like the other one that I showed you with the sponsors, so this is gonna be, you're gonna keep this with you. I'll email it to you.
Okay,
Even
no,
better.
I have it, but I mean, I just wanna know like where,
Yeah,
put it under, like, 7, everything for the cars.
Yeah.
Are we also putting our logo and the town logo?
I say we put our logo like the shirt, put it on the top PSC,
Mhm.
Cars for Heroes, and then maybe in the bottom, put
Put
the
the
town for
bottom,
Miami
put
Lakes.
the Miami Lake. Yeah, like the logo, our here, town here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the year 2025.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, do I have a second?
Nancy,
All right, so we got CDA and NR. All in favor, say aye. Okay,
And the motion is to do the 100 quantity.
100 quantity at $177. And then Isabella, I'll send you the instructions for the artwork.
And that was called, what's the name of that?
And it's called Dash Plaques. Dash Plaque, yeah, so it should be here. Do you have the same paper too or no?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
But I'm trying to, you know. 100 plaques.
all right, guys, next one, a sensitive one. Award categories. All right, this can get troublesome.
That can get touchy.
That can get very sensitive with people. You know, I mean, you can have, it's funny because I was kind of talking with other people. Yeah, the problem is budget. I just got a text from one of the vendors. So the whole idea is. Okay. Most of the categories you hear is what? Best in show. Do you want to go best truck, best car, best sedan? You
But the
know,
thing is, we don't wanna do like a whole list.
no, I think we can do 5 and be done.
Yeah,
Cause then it's too much.
Simple, man.
yeah.
Yeah, the least the better.
You know, I mean, I know it's funny because, and this will be a fight between Amador and Darwin, but you know.
fight.
But my brother-in-law brought up a pretty good idea, like, what about the police award and the fire award? That can be second and third, you guys can fight who can be second, who can be third. And then the whole idea, like, the fireman would be like an axe. And then the cop would be like what is it called, the baton?
Expendable baton.
Yeah,
Pero who's gonna give the award?
Well, and I'm glad you brought up that question. There will have to be a ball, similar to this, and everybody's involved. Usually, car shows, only the car applicant vote, everybody's involved. So you, like, for example, Nancy would be at a table, making sure that she's doing whatever, and then next to Nancy, she's gonna have that in a, let's just say in a frame, and people hit it and vote.
How many times they can vote?
I don't know. That's,
That's the
that's up to
tricky
IT.
part, because if you have somebody just there. Voting.
Online, no, they
Voting,
can tell you
voting.
that. Yeah,
They get, and then that doesn't guarantee you the actually best car gonna win.
I mean, you know what, we have to go on the honor system, it is a then.
Let's go without it.
You know? So are we thinking about maybe doing, you know, do you think you wanna go ahead and do, I don't know, 5 categories, or
We can do 5, but
That's a lot.
again, who's gonna vote?
believe it or not, it's not a problem.
No, that's not a lot.
Because for other car shows, they do like a stretch of 10 years, and then it's,
And remember, it's our first time around, so we
Right.
just do 5 and then.
Yeah,
Keep it simple, yeah.
Simple.
Then next
Kiss,
year we
kiss,
can,
kiss.
add something else.
Once
But
we get experience.
the question is. The voting. That's gonna be tricky, because if you were just gonna scan and vote. A lot of people, you can just stand there and scan and vote. I think you should be, you put two and 2 other guys. You and 2 other guys decide.
oh, I'm not doing that.
Who votes?
I'm not doing that.
Who votes for the Alonso? Who does the voting for the Alonso?
The
fund?
car registrants, so
So why don't we do that?
you
The
can,
only problem is, they're all gonna vote for the car and then you're gonna have a winner.
that's what I like about the whole,
Then they're gonna get their family and everybody and the kids.
Well, no, only the participants, so it would be, if you have 100 cars, 100 votes, hopefully,
I mean, you know,
that's gonna.
how
get
about
passed.
this? The methodology, let's table it. Let's just talk about how many you wanna do. You wanna do 5 categories? 5 categories?
Keep it simple. The first time around, do 5.
Okay, 5 categories.
And they are.
So we're talking about, best in show,
Mm-hmm.
fireman award. Okay, sheriff award. Okay, what are we coming up with 4th and 5th? Do we say truck? That's truck. That's.
Them cars are white line.
Muscle
We
car?
can't-
That muscle car?
Muscle car is everywhere, buddy. That's gonna be.
You
hard
you
to make.
can't start doing that, because you're only asking for 2 more categories.
Yeah.
And you got a muscle car and a this kind of car and a that kind of car and it is. You're gonna have more categories than you are.
Well, you know what?
awards.
You know what?
You've already got 3.
No, stop.
Narrow down your last 2.
Okay, how about this? Public Safety Award, ESC Award.
So
That
we
should
would
be-
vote as a committee. That would be cool.
That should be PSC Best in Show, the big award.
Well,
Yeah,
Should come from the PSC. PSC Best in Show.
and you get to vote.
Actually, that's true. We should be best, give out the best in show.
And I think you should get to
Because
vote.
it's our car show, so we should get out best in show. And we
That
should.
should-
And then we vote.
That should be.
So we have, we should
The
vote.
best in show is the Public Safety Committee Best in Show.
And we should vote for our, nobody else.
Yes.
That works.
I don't, but
Yeah, we even.
I don't wanna go down like that, man.
Why?
But
But it
tell
only
you,
you, be
you
like,
can-
look, Johnny decided to do best in show and that's it. Okay.
No,
One you think is
Can't
the
do
best, you register in your
can't.
oldest kid's name.
guys, let's stick to the categories, isn't that? We're gonna.
So
go
this is
and-
for categories I have, car of the year, overall brand excellence, best performance vehicle, green car of the year, best electric vehicle, and best SUV, truck of the year, and best design. Those are like the most common categories.
All right, so how about this, to have a little fun to it, how about the council award? To the 5th.
Council.
Council award. Like I'm saying, like, we're just doing categories, so the 5th place would be the council award. I'm just thinking, I don't know, being creative.
Right, instead of then you leave.
Instead of committee
No, but
award.
I like I like the fact that we should vote.
Yeah, but we're not the council, we're the
No, but
committee.
we should do the PS, the public safety.
The PSC Best,
Yeah,
Best in Show.
It's our event.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just, PSC best in
The other
show.
committees vote on whatever the heck their categories are.
All right, so we have.
Okay, so we've got Public Safety
So
Committee.
council award. And then we have, let's see,
PSC best.
oh,
in
and the cow award for Miami Lakes cow. No,
What are we gonna do?
I don't, who wants to be the cow winner?
Like, oh yeah, I took my car and I'll.
Are they gonna be good?
Oh, Lord.
Cause just
No,
hearing them, it's kind of like, what is?
no, it's 1 to 5.
Okay,
So we have the PSP
When-
best in show, fire.
I don't know, maybe you're right, maybe you're right. Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, maybe it's getting too sloppy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, I'm just thinking of voting for whatever method you do.
Well, I-
Council award, I wouldn't know what I'm voting for, while best in show is like your favorite car,
Well,
right?
well, technically speaking, the way these are set up, these are just category names,
Uh-huh.
but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's whoever gets the most votes is gonna be the
Yeah.
PSP best in show. Number
Yeah,
two.
whoever gets the best, let's say out of 100, whoever gets, if you have 40, they got number one. That's a cat, that will,
PSP
Or that,
best.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like it, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Okay,
okay,
When
so.
you're done
I see it.
discussing, I'd appreciate it if you specifically mentioned them now.
okay.
Best in Show,
PSC best
and
in
that's the
show.
Public Safety one.
Mhm, fine. All right, and then we'll have a little fun.
And then you have the fire award and the sheriff award.
Yeah, we have the sheriff award, we have the fireman award, and that would be like a representative from the fire department giving the award.
And then we need 2 more.
And then, council award, and then we'll give the mayor award. How about that?
Council.
But then,
You think the mayor's gonna wanna,
yeah, then he's gonna feel bad because.
the same
he
reason
had the
why you
mayor
didn't
and
want
the fifth place.
He didn't
And he didn't.
We like to be loved.
well, you're leaving
Leave
it.
the politics
Mayor
out.
thing where you-
Yeah,
The politics out.
Bottom of the pack be like, wait a minute, what are you trying to tell us?
I think, what was it, best in design, best, like, other things like that make more sense to me, but.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
our
I mean,
show.
We could go best paint.
Design is tough.
No.
All over the place.
Then,
What about,
Give
something involving the public, the general public, because you've got. Or the general public's gonna choose the fireman and the sheriff.
No, it's all depending on quantity. So number 1 is PSC best in show.
Oh, let's go.
Number 2, we'll give it to the police department. Okay, sorry, Darwin. Number 3, we'll give it to the fire department.
Whoever brings out the
most
toys. They're off ahead.
You have to let the attendee, they pay to get in there, they want.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Who? What's he saying?
All right, so we're talking about, so
I'm saying
are
that,
you nervous about the council award, Isabella? Is that what you're worried about?
I would get rid of the council and mayor
Okay.
award.
Yeah.
I don't think they would wanna be like associated with anything they don't have control over, so, but.
All right, I was putting some fun.
let me go.
But I guess not. All right, so we'll see, we'll just call it, I don't know. Let's think
Yes,
about,
PSC best in show. Sheriff award, fire award.
Then you do one else and then the fit can be
I'm just looking,
random people's choice and then let people vote on that one. I don't know.
I really do think it should be on quantity. So 4 and 5, I think we just pick up regular, I don't know, like what defines?
Yeah, who came in second with the amounts? None in that the other 3 categories, and then the next 2 would be the first that don't qualify for the other 3
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would be
categories.
whoever's 4
Be
and
4 and 5, yeah.
4 and 5, so you
We
you
just
can
need a
pick
name.
4.
5.
Yeah, it
It's
was
just based on amount,
okay, how about
in general.
how about the Lakes Award? Lakes, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Lakes Award,
And then Main Street Award, I don't know.
no, I think the last,
Lakes Award first place,
And-
Lakes Award second place.
and the Cow Award. No,
Cow Award.
no,
Next
Lakes Award and the,
Main Street and.
I'm just here for the fun award or?
no.
No, I was just do the Lakes
That's something about
Award,
party.
the Lakes Award, the Lakes Award,
What's
number
number
1
4?
and number 2. If you're gonna do that category, the Lakes Award, right? Who came in first, who came in second? It's easier. You just count,
How many
How many
have 4
went
for
to
the Lakes
Lake?
Award? We call this the Lakes Award 1, Lakes Award 2.
or second place, Lakes Award, first and second place. That's what I'm basically saying, Lakes Award, who gets the most for the Lakes Award?
We potentially do something for the 25th, like the Silver Award, because we're the 25th anniversary this year.
And the 25th anniversary award.
Okay.
There you go. You're welcome on 25th anniversary ad hoc committee. Okay, so there you go.
What are they?
Huh?
What are they? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have the PSC Best in Show.
Okay.
We have the Fireman Award. We have the Sheriff's Award. We have the Lakes Award. And then we have the 25th anniversary award. Which is the fifth one.
It's the fireman award or the fire award?
We can say the Fireman Award. or the-
Okay, you
Well,
had that as
wait.
third in the beginning of the
Yeah,
conversation.
I second, you flip them.
Yeah, you flipped them.
Sheriff was second. and
You
the
had
fireman
sheriff
was
as
third.
second.
No, I'm sorry, the Sheriff was second. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
just was reading off my
That's
text.
So it's fireman.
Yeah, so it's fine. This, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get Drew, because he's gonna donate the trophies to make sure that, we go ahead and get him like at least something to work with.
Fireman or man?
That's what's called the Fire Award.
A fire
That's
award.
okay, fire
I'll take
award.
fire award.
That's
Yeah, and then
fire
and
award.
the Cops Award or the Sheriff.
Sheriff
Award.
Award.
Police award, fire, the sheriff's award, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
fire award and sheriff award.
okay, so that's, who's making the motion for that?
I will.
Okay, Nancy, who's seconding her motion?
I'll second.
Mr. JT. All right, all there say aye? Aye, okay. I'm gonna go quick now. The banner with the sponsors, we already spoke about that. The permit for road closure. We're not gonna do that.
For the banner, I need to know specifics, like what size, if they need time to work on it. How we're gonna put it up is another thing. We have to also purchase,
No money?
gear to hang it, yeah. I mean,
Do we have any like poles that we can, like, I know like for example, like at Bob Graham on the PTSA, we have like a pole that we kind of put up and hang stuff on it with little clips. We don't have that here.
right, holes? Well, it
Yeah.
depends on the size, so I guess as a committee, you have to discuss, I can read out what, the banner company like told me, but since we're close on time, I kind of know what size you guys think, so that way I can get you more specific pricing for next week.
Well, how about this? Yes, give us the standard size. Because
Okay,
because we're using the stage from the Roberto Alonso Center.
Yeah.
So the banner needs to go there.
mhm.
So whatever the size of that stage is what we need the banner size to be.
Got a question. You're calling it the banner.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this banner gonna say?
It's gonna have Cars for Heroes and.
It is gonna mention the event.
All
Okay,
right, so now we're gonna talk.
Cars for Heroes. then.
Correct. So now I'm gonna table that. So I'm gonna call this defer. Permit for road closure. We're not gonna do it, guys. It's too expensive. Okay, so we scratch that. The Graham companies. Okay, now let's talk about, this is very important. If there's one thing we had to vote on today is this next item. So the next item we have to talk about is the layout. Okay, if you look at the agenda from that Isabella had provided us. This layout is technically incorrect. Not that it's incorrect because Isabella did something wrong. It's incorrect because we got more parking. Okay, so when I met with the Graham Co., we asked for more parking. And they provided it to us. So if you notice here, I'm gonna do one of these now, okay, and hopefully you guys can follow. The area, if you guys are familiar with Novillo is over here. Okay, and then over here, there's a parking lot where people kind of face each other. This parking lot area here is gonna be where the vendors are. That's where people are gonna go to buy food. And buy whatever next they want. That's what I suggest we do. Why? Because this is a closed up area. Okay, it kind of lets everything else flow much smoother. All right, so here I suggested now this is due tomorrow to the Grahams. They want this tomorrow. Why do they want this tomorrow? It's because they have to issue a held harmless agreement to the town to make sure that all the attorneys are talking to each other. Okay, now let's keep talking. Over here. Guess what we have now? We have sponsors. Hey, yay. We have gold sponsors. Who are the gold sponsors? Car dealerships. Okay, we have 3 car dealerships, Miami Lakes Auto Mall, Volkswagen 57, and Nissan 57. We want to give those people the prime locations because they're paying $700 to be there. Okay, so the idea is that this whole area where the DJ is going to be where they're going to be. I am trying to get headquarters Toyota. That way there'll be 4 car dealerships here. Okay, so this area here is gonna be we can call it new car lane or something. Where the dealerships are going to be. Now,
Dealership lane.
dealership lane. Now, in front of them, I'll leave it up to the discretion. Now, there's a few things that we gotta talk about with this layout. And I can't forget, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and we can always just carve it out. We have come up in our sponsorship package that people get 3 parking spaces if they're a gold sponsor. Those 3 parking spaces, I think, might need to be more like maybe 4, because they need space to set up a table. Okay, because if they have cars that they're parking there, because they're a car dealership, where are they gonna set up their table? So they might need 1 more parking spot. And the same thing goes for the silver sponsor. They have 1 parking spot, they probably need an extra parking spot for their table. Because it makes no sense. And I got this asked by a silver sponsor, how does it make sense to park the car here and have their vendor table over here? It just doesn't make sense, because most of the people that are gonna be here at this event are gonna be trying to sell whatever product they have next to the cars. They're not gonna be selling it next to a Trudeau truck. It just doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm thinking, which we need to kind of take out, as a sub boat. Okay, now, let's talk about a few things. We have a helicopter shop coming up with a trailer. Okay, we have a fire engine coming in, which is God knows how long, right? I suggest, when you look at the way this is laid out, I suggest that the helicopter comes in this way through Bull Run, and the dually that has the helicopter would go all the way to the corner and park in this little corner. And then when the fire engine gets there, the fire engine would come in over here.
They don't detach.
I know. That's why I'm saying the dually, it's gonna go all the way in, because the dually will then not show up. It's gonna be hidden by the building.
There's any kind of fire emergency to those vehicles that are at the show have to leave. Because they
That's-
need to,
That's where the
In
fire
and
engine,
out.
that's why the fire engine's here.
that's what I'm saying, so that's the best location.
Yes, the fire engine's gonna
So
back
they
up
can
here,
get in, they'll come in last.
because they have a 2-hour window. We're hoping with Darwin's connections, they stay there the whole night. But they have a 2-hour window. All right? So now, which leads me to my next point. We have now more parking for cars, so now you're gonna have people that are in the show that are gonna park in this row, and along this row. Okay, because now here, this row over here actually faces towards the car show, right? So now, in other words, this whole thing's gonna change, the way it's set up right now. Now, I wanna ask Amador and Darwin, guys, are you okay? Because everyone's gonna be drawn by all the cool things that police and fire have. So I felt like separating, just my personal belief. I felt like maybe it was the right thing to keep the firefighters and the cops, keep them here, because they're gonna have lights on, they're gonna have people kind of attracted to them, keeping them in the back. That way, you have the DJ and all the loudness going on here, and then you have everybody kind of like an exhibit area for them. So then back here, you would have both locations. Now, from the sounds of it, the fire department's not gonna have much showing up. They'll have a really cool high water vehicle showing up, they'll have the fire engine, but sheriff's office is gonna have the bulk of things showing up. So I don't know if we have them separated, you have them all lining up against the back parking area, or do you have them all in this corner? It's up to us right now to discuss and think about. And then, at the same time, I was approached by the golf cart community. If they have a location to park. Which we can let them park over here. There's 13 parking spaces on this side that we can let them park. And so to our discretion, if we want to charge them to park there, because there would be kind of in the car show, but now it's a little dicey because they're gonna be blocked by the fire engine and by the helicopter. So if we want to just not charge them, we can not charge them. If we want to charge them $5, we can charge them $5. Okay, it's up to this committee.
I say on that question, $5 just to have them registered, so we know who they are. And how many of them are coming for our own selfish reasons. If you just say you don't have to pay and 5 or 6 show up and they've brought their brothers along, whatever. You follow what I'm saying? I'm looking forward for it.
That's fine. And that's okay. We just,
We need a record and to know how many are gonna be coming.
okay. And that's fine.
You wanna register,
Now,
pay $5.
and that's fine. But now, just to make sure, I want to keep this, this on time. The idea that the Graham Code, and I'm looking at you, Isabella, they want to see the flow of traffic. So in other words, when I walk through the parking lot with them, we need to have cones blocked off here, which is where I kind of look at Amador for this, so we can borrow some cones here to block off this area, because cars are going to be coming in through Newborn Road. That's how they get into the show. Over here, this is going to be blocked, but this is going to be straddled. Why is this going to be straddled? Because they want, the Grahams recommended that they want cars to come in and park over here at the plaza. So that entrance to the plaza should not be parked, should not be blocked, I'm sorry. Because they're gonna be, you got people from Bull Run, they will be coming in this way. Okay, turning right into the plaza and parking here. Now, granted, they want people to park behind shells. If people are gonna do it, I don't think so. Okay, we're gonna tell them to park at shells. It will be a social media post. But a lot of people will more than likely park at the plaza. They would park. Now, there's conversations that the movie theater parking lot might be under construction. So that parking lot might be out of the question, but they're gonna be parking all over Main Street and across the street. So now, what I need from this committee, which is very important, is your all input to the layouts, which is due tomorrow to the Grams.
Need to know where the portable toilets are going for the building permit.
Thank you so much. So the Grams, when I met with them, we still didn't have a response on the street closure. They wanted the porta potties in the street. Now, we're not doing the street closure. So where are we gonna put the porta potties? I don't know. Maybe put them in this corner where the dooley's gonna.
Not by the food trucks.
No, the food truck's over here. Yeah. that's a good point.
In the Graham's parking lot.
Yeah, because over here, they have like you know, an area that possibly they can be there.
Let them, let them have it.
Sure.
You know,
You
so
wanna move it?
here, now, here's the other thing. Okay? You have trash. They don't want us using their dumpsters because it's too much trash. So we have to also get a price for a dumpster. Okay, in addition, and also with the dumpster, we gotta figure out where to put the dumpster. So,
Well, with us with them, you would pay for litter removal if you end up going with them. So they would put in their trash.
are you, well, at what price? Yeah.
Well, I have the draft work folder in your agenda packet, so.
Okay, because they are not very happy with the quotes they've been giving.
Right, so the draft work order is what I would submit to them, but as a committee, you would have to decide if we're moving forward with them, since you were kind of talking about having been sponsored and all of that, so.
Yeah, right now, I'm gonna table it. I know it's very close to the end of the fiscal year, but
Yeah.
I can't make that decision myself.
Okay.
I mean, thing is this, we have, and maybe Isabella, what we do is we take a vote based on a cap. And I shop it.
Okay.
And I can give you a response by the end of this week up to today's.
Okay,
That might work.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, let's talk about here about the layout. So what are we thinking about so that we can take a vote on this? This is very important. So
I don't think it's a good idea to try to put traffic things all in one spot.
No, they're gonna be
Because
spread.
you're
They're
gonna
25 cans.
spread them out. So if- how many cans you have,
Goes out.
I don't think of trash boxes.
Yeah,
Trash bins.
I've been talking to a vendor, and the vendor is suggesting a box, they're cardboard boxes, and essentially there are 15 of them. Put a bag over them, and people just throw away.
You're not talking about those metal. I thought you were talking about metal.
No, that's what's used at all. these
that's what
events.
also would accept them would provide as well.
All right.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can do this for one way in and one way out to keep the traffic flowing.
No, because the idea is that once you go into that show, guys, Mr. Peña asked, what can we do, traffic flow? It's not supposed to flow. You're supposed to get in and stay in.
Yeah.
So what do we got? What are we thinking about for this layout?
So what Robin and I were talking, I mean, I agree definitely with fire,
Yeah.
especially us, because these guys are gonna be in service.
Right,
And obviously anything happens, they need to be able to get out.
Right.
Without impeding anything, so definitely, I think we, like what you said,
okay,
yeah, off of Bull Run,
right.
and you guys will be,
Closest,
yeah,
and we'll,
closest to the exit.
and we'll go.
Which I could deal with that. I can just tell them, hey, this is where I need you guys to park and.
Right, so then in that case, the question really is, you know, what? I
The
mean,
vendors, I agree, they're paying, they should definitely go towards the front.
oh, yeah, the gold sponsors,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a no-brainer.
you know, but the question really becomes now, I mean, are you guys? I mean, look, this doesn't have to be definite, because this is like an estimate. You know, so we can say that, I mean, you can put pretty much everybody that is police
Mhm.
and fire along the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep them together.
that's what we did.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, keep them together.
You need a motion and all?
Well, let's put everything together.
Yeah, one big motion.
Yeah, okay, so then we're talking about Miami-Dade Fire and Miami-Dade Sheriff on the top. And then here, we're talking about the heli. Then here, we're talking about the engine. Okay, this is gonna be show cars. This is gonna be, that's correct, show cars. This, we're crossing that out. This is gonna be sponsorship lane, I guess. Or what, I mean.
Dealership lane. Oh, no, sponsor, yeah, you could keep it lane with the car show.
Gold lane, silver lane,
Yeah,
whatever, based on gold lane.
well, that's the thing, we don't have, like, in silver sponsors, we have like 4 of them. So they will probably be, this is, you know.
Sponsorship lane.
Sponsorship lane,
Okay.
let's call it, sponsorship lane, okay, now. For now, if you guys are okay, we'll just do the portable restrooms in this corner. In fact, you know what we can probably do?
How many do we have?
2,
2.
I mean,
So
you
they
can,
wanna put them off the sides, probably.
yeah, and a wash station, and then also the garbage. Now, guy, a good possibility, the grants come back and decline the layout. We might have to come back and make sure that it makes sense, and we'll do that. But for now, what I wanna give to Isabella, if this is due tomorrow, I just wanna make sure that we're all in agreement with what we just discussed.
I'd like to make a suggestion.
Yes, ma'am.
Once you decide on that, put it on the table and everybody else can do what they want. I want to come and take a picture of it on my phone. So this way I'm not saying, where's it go? Do I have it right?
No,
It's not final yet.
Yeah.
As soon as
I'll
you're
have
done
it
with that,
For you.
Okay, so then,
no, I'm talking about tonight,
okay,
for me on my notes,
so let's go
you
ahead,
know,
let's vote on this
We'll
really
take a
quick. So
picture.
I make the motion to approve the layout as amended,
I second.
As discussed or whatever, right?
as discussed, layout, okay, all in favor say aye.
Okay,
Beautiful.
Nancy seconded?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so now, okay, hold on a second. Oh, no, that's fine layout. Okay, are we thinking about, guys, about the golf carts, about charging them, or not?
As long as they know beforehand, and it's not a surprise to them.
They're gonna come in on that property and park,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, charge them. Nobody
What
else is gonna get a special spot.
It's 13 spots, so I think
Only for golf carts, you're gonna only reserve it.
it
only
would
for
be,
golf
it would
carts.
be this area here.
Yeah, no cars.
No cars, and the reason why, for the record, the reason why there's no cars there is because those cars will be blocked by the helicopter and the fire engine.
Would that create an issue if the firefighter need to leave all the golf carts in the middle?
No, because they're in parking spaces, so, yeah, so the parking spaces are literally right here. There's 13 parking slots there. So they would park there. Do we wanna charge do we wanna charge the $5, or do we wanna just, or let them park for free?
I say $5, you already got the convenience of not having to go find a parking space. We're giving you a spot
a
on our
benefit.
land,
Okay,
$5.
all right, $5. At first, I was gonna say 10, but you know what? They're being blocked, so I think it's a little much pushing 10, so.
Well,
there is a
let me ask you something. If
There is
you-
event fees?
if you're asking me for money, is it easier for me to come up with a $5 bill or a $10 bill?
Right,
So we're not making change either.
They will be paying beforehand.
yes, they will also.
Yeah.
it would
In
be-
advance, great.
All right,
We don't.
So-
do that.
all right, so, okay, so then, I think the way it sounds, I think that Nancy, I'm making the motion, or you're seconding it?
Can you just do? one
Whichever
big
way you
motion
want it to be.
To approve the layout, the golf cart charge and all that stuff? Do
Yeah.
one motion?
Well, this is a charge, that's why I put it separate. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, this is gonna be, I can send you this after the meeting.
No.
Okay, so all in favor,
You
say
make
aye?
you make the motion, I make the second.
Yes,
Same,
All in
same to
favor?
people.
$5.
There you go.
Okay, very quickly, HOA notification, the grants will take care of, because they need to send it to the folks over there at the, I forgot what the apartment is called,
New one. Is it right? Metal one?
Metal. Yeah, metal, they'll send
Metal walk?
notification. Okay, now. This is like so much. Portable machine, that's me. Okay, all right, so before we vote on the invoices, team, okay, hold on a second, so. Dash flags, we went, award categories, we went. Permit for road closure, we're not doing. More parking lot, we got, golf cart, we did, layout, we did, HOA notification, they did, Main Street merchants notifications, they already got a hold of that. Anything related to the alcohol? Serving,
Drinking.
This is the same thing I told Gio, so I don't know. Did you have a chance to talk to Claire still yet, baby?
well, she's asking for the vendor.
Yeah.
I did a little more digging.
Okay.
According to the resolution, there is a resolution that was put forward this year that you can serve alcohol at a town event.
Mhm.
As long as you have the required licensure.
Yep.
So I've been talking to someone that does other events, and I said, well, I think it's a temporary beer license, I believe.
Mhm.
And you would need it for the town. But I was hoping you had more clarification. If not, I'll just, maybe I need to call Claricel and make sure that the path I'm going in makes
Right.
sense.
I mean, she told me the same thing I told you about the liability insurance and.
Liability insurance
Yeah.
and a licensure, which will be the temporary
Yeah.
beer license.
Yeah.
Which I
so-
believe is what needs to happen. Again, that's me not being,
Right. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna defer that. Okay, T-shirts, before we talk about T-shirts, let's talk about some easy invoices to approve. Okay, so on this packet, we have invoices to approve. All right, that we already budgeted for. All right, so the first invoice is our DJ. $600, Infinity Sound Protection, right? The next one is the porta potties. $445. The next one is our video production, Mr. Gunn. Okay, and by the way, guys, I asked him if he had a drone, and he does have it. To do it from an aerial, which would be, I think, really cool. So my motion is to approve these 3 invoices for payment.
For the last one.
All right, so just for the record. These invoices are. I'm gonna add it up, I'm gonna count, I can't count. We have, 600. Plus 445. All right, plus 500. That's a total of 1545. Okay, so I make a motion to approve these 3 invoices for payment of 1545.
I second.
Okay, second, all in favor, say aye. Okay, so all 3 of those invoices have been approved for 1545. Okay, now, okay. There's other things that we gotta bring up on this listing that I don't have answers for at the moment. Okay, and one of the things that. So much success. All right, one thing that I need to make sure about, I forgot to mention with the grant companies, they want signage.
They will what?
Signage. So in other words, there needs to be a billboard of some sorts on 67. Notifying people where to park and notifying people that have the cars, where to go. I've spoken to, okay, go ahead.
We have the display, the big display board, but that board stays there on Lakes Drive with electricity. That doesn't get moved. So we can display partial, date and time at that board. We don't have anything else.
So that one can't be moved?
That one stays there.
Stays there, okay,
And we don't have anything. We don't have any display boards or anything.
okay. So we might. Do I need to contact Bob Barricades for that? I really would hate to pay for boards, but I have to. Is that
I
hard?
mean, to my knowledge, we don't have an electric board either, so I can ask, but.
Does it have to be electric? Can it be like a parking sign with an arrow?
Well,
It's something we can rent
that's why, yeah.
Or just,
and has any other committee had to comply with that rule and already know what they've done and can possibly help us
Just a lot.
with suggestions.
I reached out to Felicia, which was just here, and I reached out to Bill Perez in the Veterans Committee. Both of them says they don't have signs.
And Alonso doesn't use signs either. I don't think he does.
I
So,
mean, it wasn't required of them.
yes, so now here's which was very nice, the American Legion has offered 2 8-frame signs that they can let us borrow. That they use. So those are in Mary Collins Community Center that we can borrow. But the issue is, this is a night event. So I think that we might, and I hate to say it because it's more money for us, but I think we might have to rent an electrical board. You know, I don't know what that
We
would
don't have
cost.
any, we don't have any, has any other committee had to do that?
Not my knowledge, no.
Why us?
Did you just wanted to say parking, period?
It would be public parking behind Shellis, so it would be public parking, you make a right, I actually stopped my truck and look, there is an electrical outlet right next to where Shellis is. On that palm tree.
And we wouldn't be able to use a stationary sign. I know it's nighttime, but as you drive, the headlights hit it and with an arrow, parking.
I mean, we can try. We can try.
What
mean, so
about,
this-
the wooden horses, guiding people with parking, you take a sign and you stick it on the horse. You know what I'm talking about, the wooden thing,
Yeah,
right? And you stick it on there, it says parking
With an arrow.
with an arrow.
I mean, we can,
The headlights, if it's nighttime, you're gonna see it with their headlights.
well, you know what, let me,
Take the easiest route first.
all right, let me take the easiest route first. We have 2 8-frame signs. The thing is that what they want is, they want to make sure that you have people in Main Street, that you're kind of like saying, hey, car show, parking. That kind of
We
thing. So-
get kids,
Well,
give them service hours,
we have volunteers, for sure.
but high school age, somebody with, the brand in their head, high school age. And give them service hours if they're
Well,
standing
remember-
near,
They can't, this is 67.
you know what,
That's 11
The-
drive.
That's
the-
about danger.
If
Yeah.
you would like
It-
volunteers, we can make a
it's
volunteer
the
form.
liability, the
But-
liability, if that kid gets hit by a car.
Listen, yes,
Yes, okay.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for suggesting. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now, before we move forward, so here's the problem right now, that there's things that we gotta consider on this list. And the things that we gotta consider are the trash invoice. I still think we're getting priced too high. All right, what is the work order have for the trash invoice?
6 hours of service, 1 case of trash liners and 12 trash boxes.
How much, $1,000?
760.
Yeah, but that doesn't even include a dumpster.
No, you are actively removing litter throughout crowds. That's what you're paying your staff for.
Yeah, but
So they remove the litter.
they removed the lid,
Yes.
but where do they dispose it?
They have their own trucks. SFM has those, not pickup trucks, but they have trucks. I don't know if you've seen them around town. That's what the litter removal is. They will take the trash.
So they take all the trash.
They take the trash, yes.
That's pretty good. Are you sure?
I followed up with the aisle, like your work orders don't, and she's like, that litter removal is what the trucks that they have, so. I can ask again.
No,
That's
I
what
mean,
people-
like, it's funny because I've been told by a lot of people that, oh, doesn't include trash removal. That's why everybody keeps telling me. And when I told the Gramco, they're like, no, we can't use our trash. Right? All right, so here's what I suggest we do. I suggest we take a preliminary, we give a ceiling. So the ceiling right now for trash is $800. I say we take a vote on that. To make sure, just because right now we need to finalize that for Isabella. So I just want to make sure, I want to give 2 people an opportunity just to make sure that is in fact the best we can do. All right, so I suggest we take a motion for $800. And then I will work with my contacts, and I guess at that point, we make,
The decision if you're going with them.
yeah,
So your motion's like $800 tops?
Top.
Okay.
yeah.
Trash, $800.
Yeah. All right, so, that's my motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Nancy Rogers on fire tonight. All in favor, say aye. Okay, all right. Now, there's other things to consider, but again, time is of the essence here because it's already almost 8:30. So just really quick, to talk about the teachers. John, that's some fire you're wearing there.
Yeah,
let's do them all.
Do you got any pricing?
I do.
What do they give you?
All right, so what I have, I like the poker face. So essentially what I have is, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm glad. We gotta make sure we take 2 votes tonight, the t-shirt. All right, let's talk about one thing at a time. So what I have for t-shirts, and again. I don't know how we can afford it, we would have to go for a lot less t-shirts. Drew's.
per unit?
Huh?
How much are they charging you per unit?
So for the $10.95 for DTF prints. And then the printed shirts, which is a better quality, is $14.71.
Dang, where's that at?
That's with our vendor Drew. And that is, I got 2 quotes, all right, so we have. Sorry.
What material is the shirts?
They're Gildan shirts. So I'm assuming that is, cotton fit.
Yeah.
Right?
I know dry fits and stuff.
Yeah, and then I have the invoice that is passed out. Passed out one. Maybe you can tell
He
me.
needs one back.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
He needs one back.
Yeah, so, and then I got another price on another vendor. I got dry fit for $19 for shirt. And then we have another one at $15 for cotton. What do you got?
Got this one's for $8.50 a shirt.
Wow. That is strong. So.
Yeah, but is it gonna look like that on us too?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not bulk or nothing.
No,
I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
This
I'm messing with you.
this fabric is nice
So.
because, because it's better in the hot weather. These things
It's almost
get
like
hot.
dry fit.
Right, guys,
Oh,
It's dry fit. Do they run big?
Lo que es un poco flat.
these,
Normal.
this fabric,
Yeah, it's real large.
You said 850? 850?
these shirts are hot.
And it doesn't matter the
They're
size?
thick. That, while it's nylon, I think is,
That's not bad.
strong.
that's not bad.
That's almost half price, yeah.
That's an XL? This is an XL, yeah.
How is it spelled? XL or EX?
So,
Yeah.
so now, the one thing that I was going to support with the vendors, guys. Is like, do you guys like the way the sleeves look with the 2 flags, or do you wanna put 1 flag with half blue, half red?
Nah, it looks good with the 2 flags. Cause then what are you gonna put on the other sleeve, anything?
No, it would be just like, it would be 1,
And nothing on the other.
nothing on the other.
I think it looks like a mistake. The one with the red, I think, and then you could put our emblem or something.
No, our emblem is in the front, which looks
Yeah,
awesome.
right.
I love.
The
way
thing is that
front
if you do wood
Oh,
flag,
okay.
you're not gonna see the blue and the red, it's gonna be kind of like small. At least this way, both flags get attention, I mean,
I like
whatever.
the, that's what I'm saying, I like the red. Another one looks like they forgot the.
So I don't have
color.
muscles, so why it doesn't look.
No, it looks good, man.
Because I have muscles, so. We just do that.
So what are we thinking, guys? Do you like it with
That's
both
good.
flags, or you want 1 flag, half blue, half red?
I like both flags.
Half blue, both flag.
That's cool.
All right, here's the problem. I hate the Versa bubble, guys. Lenny,
Even at that price?
$8.50, do the math. 850 times 160.
Well, we're
Oh.
paying people to be in the thing, right? So
And we're gonna stop them though, right?
we'll have to up the price, how much we charge them.
It's 1360. I can push it to get it for $750, so I'll be still $400.
Yeah, and remember, we still have to buy more things. We still have to buy the.
So let's do less quantity.
Well, or here's the other option. How much lead time do we need?
We need to, if we're gonna order it, we need to put it. So you know. If we need it for the. If we're gonna place the order, we need to place it by the 18th. That's, so it can be,
3 days.
yeah, so it can be here by the 8th.
Let me ask you a question. Turn off the recorder.
Can't do that.
Joe Blow wants to put a car in the show. We're gonna charge him a certain amount of money. We do what we can, but we also say, do you wanna buy a shirt? If you want to include a shirt in your package, it's gonna cost
This much more.
$10.
No, we can sell them. But
But that's
again,
what I'm saying, we
I
can
know.
sell them, but that's Mary Jane and her daughter-in-law wanna come and they just want a shirt to remember it by. The people who wanna be in the car show, they're gonna wanna wear
I know, but here's,
T-shirts are cheaper
the
than.
shirt
right,
perhaps,
so here's the problem is, when you look at this budget right now,
less than Mary Jane.
when you look at the budget for the current fiscal year. Okay, we're right now at. Imagine, we have to go on a banner. Okay, because we need a banner, or sorry, a tablecloth. Table, we've been talking about this for like, getting a table covered up with PSC on it. That's
How much is that?
That's $160 based on Drew's proposal. I got another one for 200, so he knocked out of the park for 160.
You know, we've been doing this long. If we wanna borrow from Peter to pay Paul, we've been doing what we've had to do with the banner we've got.
But just so you can, just for this committee, 'cause that's why I brought my laptop. So this committee knows what I'm doing here, which by the way, we don't even have the invoice from MDSO, we don't have it in our budget. No, it has to be reflected for the crossing guard. So we have, if you put $800 for garbage. And you add the banner for $160, that leaves us with $429. For our budget for the current year. And that's not including signage, because we have to buy more signs. So that's why I'm asking Johnny, how much time do you need? Because if we can get sponsorship money in by the end of the month. And he's telling me, hey, we can do the shirts in 2 weeks. Then I say, okay, if sponsorship money is in, we can order shirts, now, you know? Or,
If we
you know what?
did early registration, collecting money. The only hang up with that is all of a sudden. Johnny's gotta go out of town, he's not gonna put his car in the show, he wants his money back.
Right,
That would be the only problem with that aspect.
I know, but the problem is that we're running really tight.
You want a loan?
We got 3 days.
I'll give you a loan.
I mean, what I'm about to say is that I think we just go on our own and order with them. And just put it out of our own pocket.
Out of your pocket. I'll split it with you.
I mean, I'm saying, but for us as a committee, like
Right,
for,
and then, yeah, and then we, yeah, for the proceeds, we
and
reimburse.
no, we just pay for it ourselves. We pay for it, it's out of our personal pocket. And then, you know, we'll wait for the car show, and then maybe if things work out, we can, I don't know, maybe purchase it in October. Before the show, you said we need by the 18th, I don't know, and then at that point, we're out of gas.
I know. Well, we scrapped the whole idea of t-shirts.
I love the idea,
I
I wanna
love
buy
it
it
too.
for myself, I would
Yeah.
love to do it.
I know,
like the idea.
Of
Yeah.
what?
it's a commemorative thing.
The
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
You can.
Absolutely.
We can sell them.
Well,
Like I
yeah,
said,
that's,
if we could,
Even
if we
there at
could
the
sell
daily
them,
event.
Yeah,
sell
that's
them
part
in
of the
advance to the general public
Yeah, but
and the vendors,
I don't
the,
have the money. We just don't have the money, that's the problem.
how much would we have to reduce it to get some t-shirts? And still be able to
Again,
do what we need
the
to do?
concern is here, guys, is that we're getting hit with like things that we don't know about. That's the concern. You know? The other option is you can push the expense to the next fiscal year when all the sponsorship money comes in. When does the sponsorship money decide to come in? I guess at the end of the month, right? That's when it starts hitting our account.
Well, I'm putting them in processing as, you know, I get them, there's not really a deadline. for
if
finance.
this
I don't know.
committee,
I got an idea.
if this committee had a donation of $1,000, what would you want to put it towards? What would it cover? What peace of mind?
I got an idea first. How about if we get the t-shirts for us for the night of, and then people put in orders with us? By that time, we should have money, because the event will have been over, and we should have money.
Yeah.
And then put in the order after the fact.
Based on how
People are gonna
we
want the
got
shirt
left
the
over.
day of, man.
They wanna wear the
Like, if you go to an
shirts.
event,
I know, but
if
I'm just trying to get around the budget issue.
Well,
No, but
I said we could listen, I mean,
well, here's the other option, guys. We just took a motion to pay vendors. We can remove that motion. And pay the vendors in the new fiscal year. And then buy a portion of that money for the t-shirt. but it puts us at a risk. Because if we have an issue with getting the money in on time and all that, it puts us at risk, you know, for the show.
Or how about we pay the vendors after the
Yeah.
show? If, with some
How
some
about,
kind of profit after our donation to the fire and the chief.
And we do, and we
But wait a
allocate
minute.
him of,
you're
percentage?
you're someone who enters a car in the event. Whatever that costs you, this year, last year, next year, whatever that amount costs you, would you like a T-shirt? Well, that's a charge of an extra $10 or $15, if you want to do it that way. Anybody wants to show their car, they might go for the extra money for the T-shirt. That's one way to go with it. But you could also have a citizen who wants to make a donation to cover the cost of at least T-shirts for the committee or whatever, depending upon these costs, then I think you need to listen to that person if she's offering.
It's very sweet of you. Now, but hold on a second. I have a question now.
I don't want us going without.
And we're running late on time. We gotta hurry up. Johnny, what happens if we get half the quantity?
Well, I gotta ask. What they say, because this is
Might
based
get the
on
price.
160. This is based on 160 shirts.
Yeah, it might not be the $8 and so.
So that's why, because and this was me pushing, because usually they do a minimum requirement to get that price, or at least 500 shirt. But because I do different events with that person,
Yeah,
different, I do shorts, so this is the first time that I'm doing shirt with them. So that's why the minimum for the shirts at 500 for that price. But I'll ask, and I can tell you by tomorrow what they tell me. And we
Yeah.
go from there.
I mean, again, the concern that I have is that we have right now vendors, or sorry, sponsors. If we have $3,700 in sponsorship funds, right? That $3,700 that we have, people that are saying they're gonna fill out the form, they're pretty much like in. You know, that doesn't include the cars. So if you include, you know, let's just say 50 cars, which I think we're obviously, I think we're gonna get 100. You know, that's $1,250 plus the 3,700. That ends up being $4,950. And that $4,950 is more than what we anticipated for our car show cost of $4,250. So I still think this is gonna be a revenue generator for us. My concern is right now is the timing of it. Because we have expenses going out, sponsorship money coming in, new fiscal year. There's so many different things going on that it's kind of hard to time it. So I think, unfortunately, I mean, you're saying, I mean, what happens if it goes up to $10? You go to $10 at times 80? That's $800. Because 80 times 10 is $800. That's still a good chunk of money.
Unless,
Is a committee allowed to?
you
Take
tell
out
the
a
guy,
loan.
we're gonna go with him next year too for the shirts, if he could give us a break since it's the first year. And we use him next year too, you know, like guaranteed business for him next year. You know, if we're happy with the shirts,
Yeah.
you know, just negotiate. Tell him, look, this is gonna be a yearly event, we'll use you as long as you treat us well, you know.
I guess, Isabella, with these events that you guys paying vendors, what is the payment terms? They usually do it like net 30, or they want to pay before the event. How does it work?
Well, for most, it kind of depends on the vendor. Some, require a deposit. But most of these, I've already given these invoices to finance the process, and hopefully it'll be ready before the event, but I told these vendors at least, that I'll have the check ready by the event.
So
So,
technically speaking, they can technically have their check next fiscal year, not this fiscal year.
possibly, I mean, I can let finance know not a deposit now,
Yeah.
but
Well, the council thanks for decreasing our money. We wouldn't be going through this.
So. Okay.
Does the committee take out any loans?
if we could get away with, hate to use that word, the net 30. Which typically that's what it is.
Right, because what I'm thinking
Then
about
we're
doing
good.
is, like, at least, like, for example, like, you know, we can defer an expense. Like, in other words, the next fiscal year, You know, so you can defer, for example, the porta potty company, you know, and then do that one next fiscal year and maybe see if what he would do for, you know, half. You know, as opposed to the 160 shirts, maybe it's 80. And if the price goes up by a few dollars, then we can kind of balance it out. You know, because my whole thing is, I would love to, I'm sure people will go nuts for that shirt. I'm almost positive.
That's what I'm saying, we're gonna make the money,
That'll be a moneymaker.
we're gonna make the money, so you wanna have those shirts there.
Okay.
I'd
And-
say,
and-
who else can we defer besides the? I mean, I'm still stuck at, I think we should get the entire amount.
Yeah, if we can, yeah. Cause they'll go, they'll
I'm
move.
telling you, man, yeah.
Yeah, my concern is that we have the signage. That's my other concern. You know, the signage with, you know, what the grams are requiring.
But they're not gonna specify like an electric sign, because if they just require a sign, then we go the cheapest route. Parking with an arrow, as you drive up, the headlights hit it, you can see it.
Right.
They should require something sophisticated.
Has there ever been an occasion where a citizen has, given money to a committee?
Yes,
Of course. Yeah.
there's donations for any committee.
They do what?
You can do a donation for any committee. We've gotten donations
Really?
before.
Yes.
What would you need?
Or
Shirts at least for the committee, or? What can I help
Um,
with?
Well, the
We'll
check,
talk about it later, about.
right, I mean, for any check coming to us, it's still a ton of Miami Lakes is the
Yeah. the
person we
person
write it
sees
to. If not, we can't accept the check.
Okay, so it's gotta be to the town of Miami
Yes,
Lakes.
and the check just needs to be written correctly. Sometimes people don't put the right amount, so
And what would this committee need to get this show on the road?
Hold on, slow down there.
Yeah, see if we
Let's
can
see.
work around it.
Yeah, so this is what I suggest we do, Isabella. And you tell me the best way to move forward. If we can move, if we can defer some of the invoices that I approved, can you get finance to stop payment?
I don't know where they are right now in the process, so I can communicate with them tomorrow.
Yeah,
And see
because
where we're at, yeah.
extendedly speaking, we haven't approved those vendors till tonight
Mhm,
for payment.
mhm.
So the whole idea is I don't want it coming out of our budget. And, you know, what I think we should do is, group, I think we should defer, you know, some of these expenses. And then I think based on this price, Johnny, you said was what again?
850,
$850, but that's the math on that's what, $1,400?
1360.
I think we should, as a committee, at 1360 is too steep. I think we should go with maybe half. And see what.
I'll
See what the
already
vendors-
send a message, so.
Yeah, see what we can get,
They
maybe
tell me,
half.
I'll let you know.
And the whole idea is that, you know, if we can time everything the correct way between sponsorship funds and expenses, we should be okay. Is what I'm thinking. Because, you know, so in other words, we would.
Golf cart should pay now 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I think that for now, we should go with my personal opinion, I think we should go with 80 shirts. Let's not do 160. You know,
100.
it depends on the price. I don't think, like, when I'm doing the math here. I just don't think that we should,
If he gives them a cheaper price, can we do the 100 and we'll still be okay? If he gives them
the problem is that he needs it by 2 days.
right, but if
Do you want to give us a max?
If
Maybe go to the
he
max.
gives us a cheaper price, you know, whatever it is, whatever you said that it could be, what is it, 750 or whatever?
750.
Can we do 100?
I can push for 750, so
Yeah, I'm just saying, so we can do maybe 100 shirts since it went down. Cause I agree, they'll sell.
You've got people who have already registered to be, gosh. Yes,
12,
you've got 12 people.
yeah, but I
Okay.
wouldn't, I gotta be careful. We have a lot of
When
shirts.
they signed up, did you tell them we were gonna give them a T-shirt?
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
So if they want a T-shirt, they gotta buy a T-shirt.
Everybody, the attendance, all the
Okay.
attendance.
So what's the maximum amount of vehicles we can have?
I'm estimating 100.
Sorry,
I'm estimating 100.
okay, 100. And if we get a price of $10 per t-shirt.
No,
Is that reasonable or no?
no, you gotta go at least 25.
At least
That's
25.
what you're
per
gonna sell at the
t-shirt.
night of,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Which another reason why we need a purchasing processing of Michigan. Another reason why we need that, no cash, because you have no cash and you need to be able to sell it. So we need to.
well, when somebody registers to be in the show, in the car show,
We could potentially add it to Eventbrite.
are you gonna give them,
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
do
I would
what?
have to, I think we can do an add-on potentially. But if the price is 25 is what you all are thinking,
For the shirts?
Yeah.
At the minimum.
okay.
So wait,
Okay,
are
so,
you
so,
talking
so
to
you're
the
gonna
general public
register.
on Eventbrite?
Or maybe
Yeah.
20.
So like.
It's a-
So the night of, they can go on Eventbrite and buy a t-shirt.
Right, so then we would have some in store and they just go online. So.
Yeah.
That could be potential.
Okay.
There would be.
And then they just have to
Eventbrite
show you
fees,
the
but-
paid invoice on
Right,
Eventbrite.
confirmation. Potentially.
Can we create like a QR code?
Right, it's the same QR code that's on the flyer, but maybe you can have
The
some printed
convenience of
out.
that is that
$30 a t-shirt or flyer.
You know,
Yeah, though, too much.
one guy signs up,
25.
one guy signs up, and then he's got two or three
So
people.
There's fees, so that's the problem.
around
They
five.
don't want shirts.
All right, here's what I'm proposing, guys. I'm proposing that we defer. We defer, oh, yeah, this wasn't.
Then Tori will be.
So I say we defer the porta potty. Right,
You mean you're gonna amend your motion?
yeah, we're gonna amend the motion, so right now. The DJ is pretty critical, so we gotta, hold on a second. Yes, 600. All right,
How about Gotti? Will Gotti work with us since we've given him business?
I think you will. Yeah, I think you will. Hopefully he doesn't kill me after this. So what I say we do is, because I think Isabella, if I'm taking this approach,
Mhm,
the trash won't be paid until next fiscal year,
mhm.
which I think will be okay. We're still 2 weeks away in the next
Right.
fiscal year. So we would only pay this fiscal year, the DJ. And then we'll buy $800 worth of shirts. Which technically speaking, I mean, well. We can actually go, again, I want to be very cognizant about how many shirts we purchase. I don't want this to blow in our face. That's where I'm at. You buy too many shirts and then we're sitting with our hands in our pockets with these shirts. I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's one of the things you need to take.
Do you have to put the year on it?
No, that doesn't have a year on it. And it's right fit.
Yeah,
You
you
have
have
a
a
year.
year. That's one of the things that I emphasize, not put a year because.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
You
leftover.
can use it for next year if you want.
Yeah.
And
Or
if
there's
it
a
sells
plus.
good, then you can change the design with anything else, so it's up to you.
Because I think when the DJ issued the invoice, he asked for a deposit. He was the only vendor that asked for a deposit. So he probably should pay him in advance, because we're not a DJ, we don't want part.
Yeah.
And so you can't, the balance that you owe on the DJ postpone to the new fiscal year?
Well, Isabella asked him to update the invoice for the full amount, which was, I think, the right thing to do. Just because the way finance does it, they do it on one invoice, they pay that, right?
Mhm.
Is that what you did it?
Well, the invoice he had before had it was a formatting issue and he didn't have the correct like bill too, so that's why he revised it, but,
Right.
So we give
Yeah,
him, we pay him a deposit and then pay him the balance in the new fiscal year. You postpone Donnie. And the porta potties.
I'm trying to see right now, 10. We have, so if we do 80 shirts, there's 7 members on this committee. Okay, well, technically, we gotta count Amador, okay, so he's also a member. So you're talking about 8 shirts. So if you get 80 shirts,
You're
that means you have
72.
70 left, which is a lot of shirts. Okay, so 70 shirts that are left that you anticipate to sell that night. And you might go there, oh, I don't want egg on my face here, like we buy too many shirts.
Well, the good thing is they can be used next year, but I think they'll fly. I think people would want. If they're priced correct.
I say 100, man.
Wow.
Think about it, we're losing 8 shirts.
Between
So we're
80
second half.
between 80 and 100, depending on the price that the gentleman hopefully comes back with 750.
No, I would love for him to keep it at the 850 and.
I think he might, but probably at 100 shirts, not 80.
Yeah, that's another angle. Can you give us the same price for 100? That way he doesn't have to reduce. I mean, he's reducing quantity, but he's got the same amount.
Sort of like giving us a free.
Oh. All right, and then next year we gotta play catch up. Cause all that money will be coming out of the 2,200. So but we have the 8 ball already.
All right. So let's do this, guys, so we can keep this going, because it's about to be 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and
I can actually do a large really fast.
Do I have to-
Large.
amend the other motion to pay those two invoices in the fiscal year.
Yeah, I said the try quick, run small.
What was the existing motion?
The existing
Yeah.
motion was to pay the DJ,
The
Yeah.
the video, and the porta.
Right, you would have to amend that to clarify that now you want to pay for next fiscal year. Yeah,
Okay,
instead of this fiscal year,
all right.
as it
So
originally.
let's be cognizant here. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. So just to be safe. We're going to go ahead and amend the motion that we took before, the 1545. Okay, so we're gonna say the DJ. Again, it's funny, because I feel like we need to just pay the deposit, but. I don't know if finance is gonna have a problem with that.
Usually they're like paying in full because of the cost of checks and, yeah.
All right, so let's do this. It's $600 current fiscal year. And then the Ghani. We have new fiscal year. And we have porta potties, new fiscal year.
Okay, wait, start that over again.
Okay, so that's a motion that we did,
I'm just gonna amend your original motion. I'm gonna write it right below it, so.
correct. So all we're saying is we're doing $600 this fiscal year. And then
And how's that gonna break down to what?
$600.
Mhm.
Then $500 plus $455, which is $955. That's gonna be in the next fiscal year.
I'm sorry, 500 plus what? What was the other? The-
$455. Right?
That's the potties and the video.
That's correct. The
Okay,
minutes is gonna be crazy.
okay, so
Next one.
$600 is this fiscal year,
Right,
okay,
right.
2025,
All right,
and then fiscal year, and then 500 and 455 next fiscal year.
yes, sir. All right, now, I'm amending the motion. So it's gonna stay as the same sponsors. So who voted on this originally?
It was, you and Nancy.
Me and, yeah,
Okay, so me and Nancy. Okay, we're amending the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. That's done. Okay. Crash invoice, we already said $800. Now, let's talk about the t-shirts. Darwin, you make the motion, buddy.
All right, I'm on a motion for the t-shirts,
How many? 100?
100.
At 850.
At 850, based on the fact that the 850 price is honored.
Okay. Johnny, what happens if he says no?
Gonna go to another company.
We're down to 80.
Put that on the record. We're gonna go to another company.
No,
No, 80.
Well, if he says no, then I guess you have to fit the quantity, right?
Yeah, like, he might say like, oh, if you do 100 instead of 160, then it'll be this much more. But I don't think he'll do that because of the business that I bring when it comes to the shorts.
Okay, so in that case, Darwin, who's gonna second Darwin's motion?
I'll do it.
All right, Darwin with the move. And we have Giancarlo backing him up. All right, we're talking about 100 shirts at $850, so it's $850. Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, the last motion of the night, based on Drew, he's giving us a banner for $161. This will be finally the banner we've been talking about for 3 years, I feel. This is for our tablecloth to have PSC in front of it. Drew, hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, so we
Okay.
have, go ahead, I'm sorry. sir.
Repeat that again. The banner for what? What
This
for?
is the tablecloth.
Tablecloth.
And what's the amount?
The amount is $161.
161.
Yes, 161.
And
Okay,
Okay,
So we have cable banner, 161, that is CA and NR. All in favor,
Correct.
say aye. Aye. Okay, so now that's this done. Okay, everything else on this agenda will be deferred. I will see you all tomorrow. We're concluding this meeting. Tomorrow we have our recognition.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Need a motion to defer.
We're gonna defer everything else. Okay, we'll have to bring it up next time we meet next week.
I'll second your motion.
Okay, we are concluding this meeting at 8:59. All in favor, say aye. Aye, we are out. Thank you, everybody, for your patience.